In the sleepy town of Willow Creek, nestled amidst the dense forests and rolling hills of the countryside, there stood an old, dilapidated mansion known as Blackwood Manor. Its towering structure looms over the landscape, casting a shadow of dread upon those who dare to pass by. For generations, the mansion has been shrouded in whispers of tragedy and mystery, its walls holding secrets that refuse to be forgotten. Amongst the townsfolk, tales of a ghostly figure haunting the halls of Blackwood Manor were whispered in hushed tones. They spoke of a woman in white, her spectral form drifting through the corridors with an otherworldly grace, her mournful wails echoing through the night. One stormy evening, a group of curious teenagers, drawn by the allure of the mansion's dark history, decided to explore its forbidden halls. Led by Sarah, a fearless thrill-seeker with a penchant for the unknown, they ventured into the heart of Blackwood Manor, their footsteps muffled by the eerie silence that hung heavy in the air. As they crossed the threshold, a chill swept through the air, sending shivers down their spines. The faint glow of their flashlights cast long, twisting shadows along the walls, illuminating the faded grandeur of the mansion's once opulent interior. But as they delved deeper into the darkness, a sense of ease settled over them like a suffocating blanket. The air grew thick with the scent of decay, and the walls seemed to close in around them, trapping them in a maze of forgotten memories. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence, tearing through the night like a knife. Panic seized the group as they scrambled to find the source of the sound, their hearts pounding in their chests. And then they saw her. Standing at the end of the hallway, bathed in an ethereal light, was the ghostly figure of a woman in white. Her eyes, pools of darkness, bore into their souls with an intensity that sent shivers down their spines. With a mournful wail, she beckoned to them, her outstretched hand a silent invitation into the abyss. Terrified, the group turned to flee, but found their path blocked by an unseen force. Desperate and afraid, they huddled together, their minds racing with thoughts of escape. But as the ghostly figure drew closer, Sarah stepped forward, her voice steady despite the fear that gripped her heart. "What do you want from us?" she asked, her words echoing through the darkness. The ghostly figure pauses, her spectral form wavering uncertainly in the dim light. "I seek only peace," she whispered, her voice a haunting melody. "For centuries I have wandered these halls, trapped between the world of the living and the dead. Release me from this torment, and I shall trouble you no more." With a solemn nod, Sarah reached out to the ghostly figure, her touch sending ripples of energy through the air. And in that moment, the darkness that had consumed the mansion began to fade, replaced by a sense of peace and tranquility. As dawn broke over the horizon, the teenagers emerged from Blackwood Manor, their hearts heavy with the weight of the past. But in its place was a newfound sense of understanding, for they knew that the ghostly figure had finally found the peace he had long sought. And though the memories of that fateful night would linger in their minds for years to come, they would always remember the ghostly figure of Blackwood Manor and the power of forgiveness that had set her free.